Yo, what's up guys? My name's Holden and today I'm going to be showing you, this is going to be a continuation of my last video, the part 1 to the beginner's guide of meditation. What is meditation and how does it affect you? How will it change your life? Things like that. So anyways, what meditation is, and I think I skipped a lot of this in the last part of this video, is it's basically just your natural resting state. So imagine when you're sleeping, you're not thinking, you're not doing anything, you are at peace. So all that meditation is basically you existing exactly how nature intended you to exist. So that means that anything else that you might identify as yourself is not true. You created a self-image of yourself, but that wasn't given to you by nature. That was given to you by your friends, your family, yourself. You identify with things. All of these things are the things that we call the ego and what we call the false identity, because it's not actually what you are. A meditative state is basically being in union, being in unity, being in a state of oneness with the cosmos. And what does that mean? Just to be one with the cosmos means that you are aware of your breath each second in and out, and you are in tune with different parts like your heart and your spirit rather than just your mind. If you are looking to understand what meditation is, it's basically your natural resting state, and it's not a creation of the mind. It's something that you are already doing, and then you are creating your own image on top of that. So it's not really like you are trying to do something or trying to think something or visualize or imagine. That's good tools for manifestation and law of attraction. But if you want to get actual real meditation in, real meditation is not thinking, it is just breathing and existing, and it is being. So what can we learn from being in a state of being is that you actually start to develop a larger electromagnetic field around yourself, and you also start to realize how everything works within yourself and without of yourself. Your body is basically like a magnet. It's constantly attracting things around it. It's constantly seeking and trying to gain true to what it believes in. That's what your body and your mind is constantly doing. So we have to understand that when you're in a meditative state, you're actually in a 0-point energy field. You are not anywhere, and you're also not anything. And that can be very tricky at first, because this is a beginner's video for what is meditation. But stick with me here. I'm trying to explain this the best that I can. Just take for example for a second. Think about how you are not your thoughts, you're not your body, you're not your ego, you're not your identity, you're not even these internal organs. The thing that is being communicated to and communicating with is not a human being, it's not even a brain, it's not an ego, it's not a consciousness, it's pure awareness, it's pure I am. And that's why the words I am are so powerful. It's because you're actually calling that power of I am, because you are. So when you try to overcomplicate and you try to overthink all of these things, like trying to figure out what is meditation, using your intellectual and reasonable mind, you will never get to a conclusion of what the truth is. Because the truth is constantly in front of you, it's just you have to identify with it. So take for example your hand, right? Your hand is right here, and you know that this is a hand, but you're not, saying that this is a hand is not actually describing this thing right here. We could talk about forever what's going on with just this, because reality is infinite. So if you take anything in reality, you can infinitely splice it down and try and figure out more and more and more and more and more of it. But you will never actually gain the truth of what that is. The truth of what this is right here is direct consciousness. It is directly aware of itself. And it doesn't have to be understood through words, it's just understood through the symbol that this is. The entire basis of meditation in the universe is based off of sound. And the sound of creation is silence. So anything that is still is in the highest level of creation. The most still thing in the universe is the most powerful creator energy in the entire universe. Because anything that is still is actually embodying all of creation. Because all of creation isn't, the only thing that complains and talks and thinks are humans. All other animals sit there peacefully and they learn about themselves. What I'm saying here is that meditation cannot be an external source. It cannot be something outside of yourself that you're seeking for, or you will never find it. You will never find stillness. Stillness can only come once you fully understand that silence is the truth. And a lot of people think like, well, I don't want to spend my whole life in silence. I like thinking. I like being me. I like having my own ego and having my own boundaries and separations between people. But really, if you think about it, the only reason that you have the ability to think and be your own person is because nature's already given you this millions of years of evolution and this millions of years of processes to cultivate a human being that is capable of identifying with itself. So if you're constantly wondering why your mind is always running like rampant and always like dwelling on negative things, and why you might not feel really peaceful or really at ease most of the time, because your body and your brain are supposed to be in the most easy and stressless environment at all times. Maybe not even the environment, just mindset. You're supposed to be in an easy and confident and blissful experience. That's what you should be having as a human being. It's just that when you identify with yourself and your thoughts and your body, you begin to suffer more, because you're identifying with something that isn't just the basis of what you are. You're identifying with a creation of yourself, but you're not identifying with who you actually are, which is stillness, which is the entire cosmos experiencing itself. So instead, with meditation, what we're doing is we're actually bringing our state of awareness up. We are boosting our state of awareness to a whole different level, because there's the I am, and then there's the whatever else you create on top of that. You know, Holden Wilkins is good at sports. Holden Wilkins is blah, 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 blah. All this stuff. It's all just a creation on top of that I am. And a lot of people try to change themselves by focusing on all those thoughts that they've come up with, that they've imagined over like a certain amount of time. But really what you should be doing is actually changing the I am, the change who you are, and then watch all your thoughts and everything else change around you. Because that's basically what meditation is. Every time you're in that 0 point energy field, you are switching your identity. You're literally jumping different versions of yourself, and you get to decide, I actually want to feel really good today. I actually want to feel really happy today, and I actually want to put a lot of effort towards something and a lot of focus towards something. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm not going to waste my time by identifying with old thoughts and identifying with this and blah, blah, blah. You get to meditate, and you actually get to choose who you are. That's basically what meditation is. So I know this, it has to come full circle all the way around. Meditation is changing your identity of who you are without the process of trying to rewire your whole brain with thoughts. That's part of it. That's a big part of, if you really want to change your reality, you change your thinking processes, you change your thoughts. But the first step that you can do to get a little bit of distance, just a little bit of distance, that you can change that identity of what you think you actually are, then meditation is an amazing tool for that. You get to just have a little bit of distance, and you can look at it from an observer perspective. So it's not like you're trying to smash out your thoughts and you're trying to like control your mind. You're actually observing your thoughts and observing your mind and being like, hey, I didn't think that. Why is that coming into my head? Or no, I don't want to think that way. I want to choose this. I want to experience this, because all experience comes from within you. And you can choose any experience you want to have right now. You can choose to be in like a fearful and like identifying reality where you basically are identified with your thoughts, emotions, and actions, which is like suffering almost, because you're basically living in the past if you're living with your memory, because the brain is only recycling everything it already knows. So you're basically living in the past. With meditation, we actually boost our energy, boost our awareness so high that we can choose, and we have the self-recognition and self-understanding that, oh, that's what I've been doing. I've been just basically self-destructing, basically trying to change myself without actually changing who I am. And you will see that when you change who you are, all of reality has to change, because your beliefs and thoughts are only a small portion of what all of reality is. All of reality is just showing you a direct reflection of who you are at the deepest levels. And you really can't change that with just your thoughts. I mean, obviously you could get onto like a positive timeline just by thinking positively all the time, but if you're still not feeling it, if you're still sort of in this like, I don't really know who I am, I don't really care, I just kind of want money, it doesn't really matter to me, then meditation is not for you, because you're not going to be dedicated enough, you're not going to be actually focused enough, and you're not going to get the results you want to see. But if you're serious about this and you're actually looking into this and you're understanding, you're trying to listen and write down what I'm saying and looking through all my videos, then it can be a very, very useful tool for you to help change your identity and also change your state of consciousness. So like, all of reality is just states of consciousness, and it just depends. Are you going to have a really shitty and horrible experience while you're here, or are you going to have an awesome, are you going to have the best time of your life? Are you going to have a blissful and happy experience? And that's really all you can do. You only get one life, guys. Do not waste it. And as always, love always overcomes hate. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, leave a comment, like, share this video, and check out my designer giveaway if you haven't seen that video. I'm giving away a Louis Vuitton belt for 100 subscribers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you, and have an awesome day.